Birth, you know. A lot of times you got to pivot. And right now, um, I just think some of the experiences that I've been through are going to be shared with people out there, all of y'all. So I'm going to be talking about that, man. A whole lot going on. I think one of the most incredible things is going on. What do you think, babe? What's going on?
We about to get married.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. You know, I'm on some Shalimar shit. It's like it's the second time now, you know, and Charisma as well has been through a marriage before. Yeah, so we both been through those incredible marriages where, you know, people pay 20, 30 grand. But right now, this thing is so organic. This thing is so pure. I know I truly have been blessed to meet my soulmate again. And so I'm going to take advantage of it. I'm going to take all the knowledge that I learned. And it's not even about trying my hand. It's like, we're going to do this thing. You know, there's no impossibility. Ain't nothing but possibilities. So with that said, we just wanted to come out with a couple of wedding tips because while Charisma, you want to tell them what you do?
Well, I work for the Postal Service.
Right. And me personally, I had, when I had fell madly in love, you know, I was in West Palm Beach for 23 years, and previous to that, I was in New York. You know, in 1996, I decided to transition down to West Palm Beach, so I was there for about 24 years, and I love West Palm Beach. West Palm Beach, big up to everybody there. As a matter of fact, big up to everybody in Westchester County, Terrytown, New York, where I was born in Holly, New York, upstate, and then big ups to Hempstead, Freeport, Roosevelt, all of y'all. Nothing but love. And by the way, if you are feeling at least the intro, please hit the like button, subscribe. We really would appreciate that. And I'm going to say it again because we're going to cut this. So basically, big up to Westchester. Oh my goodness, Terrytown, New York, Austin, and everybody up there where I grew up with in Franklin Courts, and then I relocated over to Hempstead, Long Island. So I got a lot of roots in Hempstead, Long Island. It's where I learned how to ball up. You know, big ups to Hempstead, Roosevelt, Freeport, Long Island. And this particular episode is going to detail how we met online. So I'm just going to set the stage. You got to imagine that at a certain point in 2017, I was working in the mental health industry. I had been a counselor for many years and helping individuals in the mental health field with a variety of modalities. And I decided to lay off relationships and just kind of concentrate on me. So what happens is one of my clients tells me, Mr. G, you're single. You know what? You need to try Tinder or something like that, man. You need to get online and try and meet somebody. And I said, like, listen, I'm not about no Tinder thing, man. You know what I mean? I'm about,
What are you talking about? Of course you were desperate.
Let me meet somebody in the grocery store. Let me meet somebody as being introduced as a friend of a friend. It's always been like that for me. But at this point, it wasn't about being desperate. When I came online, I was nervous, so, you know, I started writing biographies. You know what I'm saying? I write biographies, telling everybody about everything. And my stupid ass is writing stuff about, you know, I played ball, got a daughter, and this blah. And, you know, people shut me down, man. They shut me down. Like, I'm like, how you shut me down? I ain't even got started yet. And the funny part was, you know, I started finding myself obsessing over my inbox, you know, and I was getting caught out there like that. And then all of a sudden, I just saw her picture. That picture. And then I said, oh my goodness. I was almost like, oh,
Really?
I'm really going to go out for this. And then, you know, once I started to communicate via, you know, the text and the method, basically I got a response, and then I was telling everybody where I was at, like, oh my God, this girl, I'm showing the picture, I'm like, oh my goodness, man, you so fun, shoes, blah blah blah, I'm losing every bit of my cool, whatever I think is cool, because I'm not that cool. I wear my heart on a sleeve, just like I did when I played ball. So the thing was, I saw her picture and she said, yeah, I'm gonna call you, we'll get together, let's talk. And it was about 8 o'clock in the morning. I called her, and we just started talking. So, like I said, from my perspective, I had been married before, number one. Number two, I went on a sabbatical. Number three, it was like, after getting beaten up thoroughly on the initial process, when I saw her, I knew, period, point blank, that was it. So, Riz, tell him, I call my baby Riz, right? So tell him what it was like when you from your end, what you have been through.
So for all the ladies out there who was quite like myself, you are working, you are trying to take care of yourself, and you try to enjoy who you are. In my past relationship, my prior marriage, it was an unhealthy relationship, which led me to no longer want to speak to my same race, right? It's going to be truthful about it. I didn't want to do with no black men. I was done. Prior military, veteran, big ups to the Navy, go Navy. So with that being said I was ready to go international. Look at me, right? Look at him now, okay? So
she came back to black, yo. No, let's stop it.
So I went on an online dating website, which we will discuss later at another time. And I came across his post, right? Like he said, he wrote a long biography about himself. But the kicker was, when I was reading it, he had charisma. And that drew me to him. With that being said at that time, I was planning to make a trip out of the country. And I wanted to get to know him. I wanted to give him a chance. I thought maybe we could be something. So I reached out to him, and here we are, y'all.
Yeah, and we started talking, and for me, because I'm a confident brother, but the idea is, it's like, I felt a little bit like the movie Dumb and Dumber, I'm like, so you texted me? You mean I have a shot? I'm like, okay, because this stuff will humble you. I think everybody wants to have somebody that they can connect with. I mean, we see a lot of couples that we role model ourselves after, and it depends on where you come from in your life and what's your origin. And for me, I came from a very dysfunctional background, came up in the projects, Terrytown, Franklin Courts, but yet and still it was the most incredibly healthy community. I came up in an era, in the 60s, in the early 70s, where we had a lot of love. We had a basketball court, we had something like what we're kind of recording under now, and all the kids, like 30 to 50 kids, Red Rover, please come over, run, catch, and kiss, 7 minutes in heaven, red light, green light, you know what I mean, hide and go seek, bicycles that we thought were motorcycles, I came up in a beautiful era, so I had romanticized a lot because of media and television about what a relationship should be, because my dad wasn't really on point with that, and I witnessed a lot of domestic violence, and my mom was, a 3-job working mom, who eventually retired at IBM after 30 years. And rest in peace, she died of Parkinson's, which is a whole nother segment. But once we started talking, man, we started talking from 8 o'clock in the morning, and we didn't stop until like 1 or 2 in the afternoon.
And because I'm an early morning person, we used to talk every morning, like 4:30 in the morning for like about an hour.
Yeah.
About an hour. I'm
one of those cats that I like to get up early, and that is my origin of getting up early goes back to when I'm an only child. So maybe that might figure into it, as far as your upbringing and your experiences in developing your belief system. And the bottom line is, I would go out underneath one of these kind of lean-to shelter type of things in the projects, and I'd sing the Temptations, and people yelling out the window like, shut the hell up, go back to bed. And so I guess as that links up to meeting somebody, number one, the first sign is seeing what you got in common. It's important to see what you got in common because for us, the bottom line was we both got up early. You know, I was in the mental health industry, you know, substance use industry, and that went sideways in West Palm. That's a whole nother segment. But the idea is, once we started talking, man, everything was organic. You know, it was so natural, man. We laughed at the same things. Some of the reoccurring things that I used to say was, you know, we easy, baby. You know, I mean,
Easy peasy.
Yeah, we easy peasy. Because when I talked to her, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, we'll talk. I wasn't really a FaceTime guy, so basically, we started FaceTiming. And you know, I think I'm worried about how I'm going to appear to her on FaceTime and things like that. You know, this whole dating thing, especially the online thing, will bring out a lot of insecurities.
Yeah.
You know, and she won't admit it, but she was well versed in the online. you know, so she had a couple of stragglers that she was dealing with. You know, and you know what? That's the thing today. You know, the empowerment of women, and I'm pro women. I got like 9 aunts. You know, the idea is, you know, God respect the queens. Anybody that gives birth to civilizations, you know, on point. You know what I mean? And so I know the value of a woman. I've seen my mother do it. So she was working at her job. She's been there how many years?
17 years.
Yeah. You know, I've been sporadically at jobs. I don't know if some brothers can identify. Maybe it's because of the fact that maybe I haven't found my niche. I don't want to really kind of, you know, display or discuss any negative programming because positivity is the key. The bottom line is no matter what I've been through,